everyone. I'm Allison Resendiz, Managing Editor for Food Service Equipment Reports. The COVID-19 pandemic has, of course, brought several changes to the front and back of house. Today, Steve Starr, an award-winning consultant and restaurant architect with Starr Design, will lead a discussion on how operations, equipment, and layout will likely shift across all segments, leading us to a new future in food service design. Steve has worked with many recognizable brands, including Planet Hollywood, Dean and DeLuca, and Krispy Kreme throughout his career. Most recently, he has teamed with Backyard Burgers and Firebird's Wood-Fired Grill. I'm also proud to report that we covered his project at the original Chop Shop in the pages of Food Service Equipment Reports. Steve is a people person by nature and a genuine leader. If you have questions, please be sure to send them in, and he'll be happy to answer them as time allows after the presentation. Steve, welcome.
Thank you, Allison, and thank you all for joining me this afternoon. Back in the good old days, when life was simple and we actually dined out, the majority of kitchen and back of house innovation was chef driven, and it came primarily from full service restaurants. Ideas and technology trickled down to institutional food service and then to quick serve restaurants. Then about 15 years ago, we had a major disruption in the industry with the emergence of new fast casual concepts. All of a sudden, ideas and innovation came from concepts focused on limited menus, quality ingredients, with food often made to order, and some level of food theater. So that's where we've been. Now, what's our new normal? Well, basically, everyone is learning primarily from QSR and secondarily from each other. Think about it. In order to make food service profitable today, we're going to have to offset the added labor required in the front of house with a much more intentional back of house, where efficiency is the rule, and kitchens are designed for at least 50% of the business to be off premises. That sounds an awful lot like QSR to me. What's our new normal today? There are 7 factors that will govern the kitchen of the future. They start with our QSR learnings. Multiple make stations to balance the demands from dine-in and off-premise guests. Going vertical with equipment to shrink the footprint to limit space and labor costs. Multimodal speed cooking to drive throughput and the quality required. The kitchen of the future is also going to bring in learnings from institutional food service. Automate wherever we possibly can to limit the skilled labor required and maximize consistency. And use state-of-the-art technology to improve the efficient prep process and give operators flexibility during peak service hours. Lastly, we're still influenced by fast casual. The open kitchen now is going to communicate that we're serious about safety, and food theater will keep the dining process interesting and fun. If you're not incorporating at least 5 of these 7 aspects into your kitchens going forward, you're going to have a very difficult time keeping labor costs in check and producing consistent quality food at the speeds now required.
You point to doing all those 7 things, and those can be very expensive or intrusive for an operating kitchen. How would you prioritize your 7 key factors so that they can be done over an extended period of time?
Allison, that's a great question. It would be hard in a retrofit or a remodel to do all 7 at once, certainly in an operating kitchen. So I think I would start with looking to create the multiple make stations or assembly stations so that you're not having to sacrifice the quality of experience for a dine-in guest because you now have more delivery, takeout, or curbside orders. And it's one of those things that I've experienced it recently myself, where a restaurant we would normally go to, normally get great service, and now we went, ate outside, and the service was horrible because they had so much takeout to go off-premise business, and they really needed to look at how to redo their operation. So I think that would be my first priority. And in doing that, you would then end up looking at some of the other items. The number 2 priority for me would be to automate the ordering system. And if you don't have a KDS, kitchen display system, and you're still using printers or handwritten checks, I think that's a very important way to really improve order accuracy and throughput. So those would be my first 2 priorities. The others, a number of them really require a good deal of testing. So they're not something you can do very quickly. But I would certainly recommend, if you're going to change from for instance, a open char broiler or char grill to a conveyor char grill, there's going to be a lot of testing involved in that, and as there should be, so that you know that you're getting your exact product specifications and your exact quality and consistency using those automated tools. So that's going to take time. So I would put those lower on the list.
Steve, thank you so much for being here and leading that discussion. It was great to see you.
Thank you very much.